Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
I missed you.
You don't even remember my face.
To start, I want to talk about your camera work and its relationship with the body language of your actors.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with how you shot this film. There are so many extended 2 shots, minimal blocking, actors like filling those outside vertical thirds. The 2 I took note of was there's a moment late in the film, which is a spoiler, where a character says, "You're using me."
Yeah.
And then the opposite character's response steps out of that outer third. Lucy has a moment where she closes her legs when she's complimenting Harry. And little things like that just like contribute to me understanding these characters. And I would love to know from your perspective, when you're blocking these scenes, when you're setting up those scenes, what you're hoping to get out of them.
Well, because I mean, when it comes to blocking, it is something that is the first thing that we do when the actors hit the set, right? What we do is we talk about it, and because we're all making the same movie, we're always going to come up with the right answer for every single moment of it. So there is an answer to blocking always, because the storytelling is going to be informed by, blocking is going to be informed by the story. So there is always the right answer for blocking. It's what I believe. So we're just in search of that, and usually the answer is right there. So I think that, blocking is the one of the most powerful ways to tell a story in film.
Very much so. And also, too, you have such a big trust with your audience in relation to attention span. We're in an era of film where there's so many quick cuts, so much flashy dialogue. There's always something happening on screen. Yet you take such a minimalist approach sometimes when it comes to blocking, dialogue that's happening, just the chemistry between your actors. And I found myself locked in the whole time.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about your trust with the audience to stay engaged, even if you're not doing the most flashy thing on screen?
Well, I feel like, when to trust somebody, you have to trust them first. Like in some way. So I feel like the thing is, like, I have so much faith in that because I think probably because of my background in theater. I have trust in silence, and I have trust in the way that we're able to actually engage in a conversation. And also the movie is about conversations that change your life, right? It's about a series of conversations that completely break open people's worlds and then change what they believe. So much of it has to be about listening to another person. So without question, I think that I do have a lot of faith. And then, I think that I learned this faith from my last movie, Past Lives. And I think that I'm kind of like applying the faith that I got from that to continue sort of the journey of like believing that the audience is going to be there.
That's very special. I have 2 spoiler questions, which we'll save for
let's
after
do it.
release. I love the narrative principle of Chekhov's gun. When you set something up and then you execute it later. I didn't know the Chekhov's guns that you set up in this movie until the payoff happened.
Perfect.
Specifically talking about the height surgery.
Yeah.
I wrote down in my notebook, Pedro has scar. Is that anything?
Yeah.
Couple lines later, oh my God, it's the height surgery. Talk to me about setting those up and maybe not knowing if the audience is going to anticipate that it's going to be a callback later.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's first introduced when she's talking to her friend matchmaker, right? And she's we're learning about that surgery. So even if you don't know what the surgery is, you get to learn what it is in the movie. And then, of course, it's like, well, to me, what's most important about that surgery is that, this movie is about the way that the way that we commodify and objectify each other in the dating market, how much it crushes all of us. And I want it to be fair to men too, because I feel like men are also very much crushed by the dating market as well. And we see the way that the women are, but I think that you get to see that Harry, who seemed like he was above it all, I think it turns out that he's crushed by it as well. And I think that, when you set it up, it's like you just want it to feel like inevitable, and you always want it to feel like that's the power of Chekhov's gun, right? It's like you set it up so that when it comes back, you realize, no, the author told me. Author already told me that it's going to happen and that someone's going to get it. And of course, when Lucy first hears about it, it reveals everything about where she is, right? Because she says, oh, that's a great investment, Yeah. And then you see by the time that she's talking to Harry about it, everything she believes about it has changed.
Yeah, as someone who used to be very self-conscious about my height, because I used to be a string bee, and this made me feel very good about like, hey, it's a good thing.
I know, it's great. It's great to be tall.
I'll wrap really quickly with this. Something we never got in this film was a one-on-one with Harry and John.
Yeah.
Cut away at the bar right before we could have had that conversation. Why did we never get that one-on-one?
Well, I feel like, I don't know if how much Harry actually thinks about somebody like John. To me, it's always about the power of that. It's like, I think that, when he first encounters John, it's as a cater waiter. I think about people who live with a lot of wealth, who grew up with a lot of wealth. I think that sometimes to them, people whom they deem not as valuable, sometimes they're a little bit invisible to them. So I feel like, to me, it's like that's his power move in a way. He's kind of like, well, you're just no threat to me. I don't need to encounter you as a human being in some way. And I feel like John is pretty furious about that, you know?
Yeah, the handshake moment. I interpreted a lot from the handshake moment.
Yeah, that was so good,
I know
right?
we went over time, but this film truly means a lot to me.
Thank you
There
so
are three
much.
films that I consider formative movies for me. They've impacted the way I perceive the world. About Time, Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Interstellar. And I got the same emotion leaving this movie as I did the first time I watched those movies.
Oh my God.
So thank you for making something really special.
Thank you so much. This is so sweet. Thank you so much.
Is he actually 5'11" or is he 5'9" and is lying?
What's a couple inches?